Okay, you can see here we lowered the forks, so we basically lowered the tire by raising the body up on jack frame. And after we got it to where the top of the forks were about even with this lock, we went ahead and locked it down again, tightened it up. I removed this cap, and when you do, you want to keep pressure on it because it's loaded, it's under pressure, so it could pop out. When you take the cap off, you'll then see the old spring sticking out, and you just slide it out. I kind of had to slide it out past this, and it's kind of oily, so make sure you don't get oil on your brakes. Just use a rag or something, pan. Okay, once you got that out, I'm going to go ahead now and start to put in the lowering springs. As you can see, kind of consists of that shorter spring and this other lighter spring. Kind of give you about a 2-inch drop. Okay, I'll stick this in. Okay, I'll put this one in. Alright, and then after this, we're going to put in, I'm going for about a 7/8 drop, so I'm going to put a 1 1/8 inch spacer. And then on either side of the spacer, you put these washers as instructed. So I'll put a washer, spacer, then a washer, then I'll put the cap back on it and compress it. Alright, and to do this we may have to use a little gear puller get up, but we may not. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like I was able to get that on. If you had a bigger spacer in there, you might have to use like a gear puller or something to push it down. I have one here that I saw on YouTube. I'll show you how that's set up. Okay. Basically, you're going to kind of hook this up on top. You might have to take your handlebar off. In fact, you will. And then you slide this pin through there, and then you could use that to push it down. You may have to have some other kind of plate or something to push that down, hold pressure. There's another YouTube video on how to do this. It's titled, if you do a search on Road King 2-inch and you use no space between Road King and 2IN, there's a guy who had a Voyager kit and then took it off and lowered it. Anyway, one other thing we want to mention is when you lower these forks, I didn't have to disconnect the brake lines or anything. Left them attached, but I kind of ran out of room when I was trying to get them down to the top of the triple tree, so I actually disconnected this brake line block here. It was kind of screwed underneath here in the triple tree, and that gave it enough slack to go down to where I can get a lot of space here to put that spring in. All right.